What is up, everybody? It's Cjplays here, and I'm back with another Sims 3 speed build. It's been like a while, y'all, since my last speed build, so I'm finally back with a new one. So I'm gonna call this house the Tiny Dollhouse because I kind of need to explain myself a little bit. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a video where I spun a wheel and every room was a different occult in The Sims 3. If you didn't see the video, I'll leave a link down below. So one of the things that I had to build was an imaginary friend kitchen, and y'all, I loved how that kitchen turned out. And ever since I've done that video, I've had the urge to build a tiny home for an imaginary friend. So that's kind of where I'm getting the inspiration for this. This is literally a tiny home. I mean, it's not like super small, but I'm gonna call it a tiny home, okay? So I'm building this in a world called Greymont Bay. It's like my favorite custom world. I'll leave a link to it down below. But the world has a couple of small lots. There's like a couple of 20 by 20s, but this one is a 15 by 15 lot, and it is so small. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I just have like a secluded house amongst trees and stuff like that? So this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom home. Again, it doesn't really look like a tiny home. Like, you know, it's not like a micro-sized home, but I think it's small enough. I'm gonna call this a tiny home, okay? It took me so long, y'all, to figure out what wallpaper I wanted to use and like what siding. I wanted to go for like some kind of scalloped like siding like this. I don't know if it's called scallop, but I'm gonna just say a scallop for the sake of the video. But it's like a nice little wallpaper. I think it comes from Ambitions, and I've never used it. So I was like, why don't I use it today? And I kind of pair it up with some base game siding. I decided to make the house lime green and purple. I know you're like, CJ, what the heck are you doing? I know, but I wanted this to kind of reflect an imaginary friend. And you know, imaginary friends come in all different shapes and colors anyway, so, you know, it kind of was on theme in my opinion. Hopefully you like it. You can always change it if you want, but, you know, I thought it turned out really good. It took me so long to figure out the color of the wallpaper, y'all, because I was trying to find 2 good colors that match, and also 2 colors that would look good with roofing, because, you know, we don't really have a lot of roofing options in The Sims 3, so I kind of went for this tin roof. And hopefully it looks good, or like a metal roof or whatever. Hopefully it looks good to y'all. And I also used a couple of the mirrors from the Regency set. It's the arcade set on the Sims 3 store. I thought those looked really cool and whimsical. And I also used like one of the windows from the Through the Spyglass or Through the Looking Glass set on the Sims 3 store. I was kind of inspired by the first window. You'll see it at the top of the house. It's like that little key lock. And I thought that looked kind of cool. And I also used like one of those nice doors from the store, and I recolored it to be like a blue. So the color scheme for this house is pastel. But the house, like I said, it looks like a dollhouse, because when you look on the inside, y'all, it's definitely giving dollhouse vibes. Like, there are so many pastels. Because again, I wanted this to kind of reflect an imaginary friend, but I didn't want it to be like super like clown-like, you know, like super bright colors. So I was like, why don't we go for some pastels to kind of have like a good combination of that? So this is the inside of the house. I was trying to figure out the floor plan first and like the color of the flooring first, because at first I was gonna go for purple, then I wanted to go for like a blue, then I was like a green, and then I went back to purple, and then now I'm kind of like, I'm trying to separate the kitchen from the rest of the house. So we have the kitchen at the back near the window. Later on, I don't know if it shows up in the video, but it does show up in the screenshots. I recolored the inside of the windows ever so slightly because the white looked really good, but I kind of wanted to have like a little bit of pastel action on the inside. So you'll see it in maybe the screenshots or when you download the house. But as of now though, I'm trying to figure out the kitchen first. So I used the Bayside counters with the Bayside fridge. It took me a while to like recolor them and get them a color I like. I even might now still change it. I think I'm gonna still go with the color, but I might change the material from wood to like a metal or something, or like a plastic kind of feel, because again, I kind of wanted the inside to kind of look like a dollhouse in a way, because like imaginary friends are basically dolls, right? Before they become human, they're like teddy bears or whatever. So I feel like this was fitting, right? So the wallpaper kind of changes a little bit too, so I kind of went for this greenish like pastel color. You'll see it for the most of the video, but it changes a little bit. Like I think the color changes ever so slightly. I also like use this wall with the window right there to have a like a little quilted wall, like accent wall. You'll see it a little bit more in the video. It makes sense. But as of now though, I'm trying to figure out what kind of like TV I wanted to use and what kind of like, you know, chairs I wanted to use. So I paired up one of these Showtime chairs with one of the ones from Generations. That TV is stored content, and I was trying to get like a nice rug. So this is kind of like where the idea for the furnishing came about, because, you know, I kind of just started building and I kind of went off of my own like vibe and stuff. This is when I was like, CJ, it needs to be a dollhouse. So we need to have like plasticky looking furniture, right? this is like something you would see like in a dollhouse, I think. So we have like, you know, bright, colorful TV and couch and stuff. I think I kind of snapped with this one, y'all. Hopefully you like it. But yeah, so if you wanted to know, like, as you can probably already tell, I did use a lot of content. So stuff from stuff packs, expansion packs, store content. I didn't really hold back too much with this one because, you know, I just knew I had to use everything. So we have like a whole like photo wall that you just saw. We have like this nice little cool picture of like a cityscape. So I put that over here too, and I kind of put like a little end table underneath it. This is just me now trying to go through all the paintings and stuff, and I was trying to find stuff that looked cute, but then I kind of gave up because I was like, CJ, just move on to the next section. So this is me now trying to figure out what table. I was going to use that one at first from the base game, but then I was like, no, I could use this one, and then I was like, no, I gotta use the one from the base game that's round and pair it up with the generation chairs. I did the same thing in that video I was talking about earlier, and I was like, this looks good. So now this is just me in the kitchen recoloring everything. I was gonna go for like a purple color at first, then I was like a green, and then a pink. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. Like, again, y'all, this build took like all day to do. Like, it may not seem like it because all the footage is sped up, but it took all day to do. So I had to like keep pausing my recording and like fiddle around with the colors and stuff. But I settled on like a purple and blue or like teal kind of color in here. I thought it looked kind of cool. I used the upper cabinets in here as well, and then I recolored some stuff off camera. I knew for a fact that I did not want to cover up that window with like cabinets. I wanted to let some light in. So yeah, I think that looked kind of cool. I remember that I forgot a trash can, so I used like one of the bunny ones. It's store content, but it looks like a little rabbit, so I used that in here too. Oh, and I did make like a nice little accent wall. Like, I was gonna go for that, like that quilt design, y'all, shows up in the bedroom, but I decided to have like stars. I think I used like a purple star wallpaper. Like it was started out being blue, but I changed it to be purple, and it's so cute, y'all. I almost made the whole entire room just this wallpaper, but I was like, no, CJ, let it go, don't do it. So, you know, I had some restraint, but you know, as you can see, this is kind of like where it diverged a little bit. I really wanted to use that quilt wallpaper also. You'll see it shows up a little bit later. But as of now, though, this is just me using the end table. I think I used the one from Supernatural, and I put like one of those little plasticky flowers. I think it comes with seasons, and I used one of the Generations phones. I think it's like a store content reward item or something like that if you have Generations or whatever. This is just me now recoloring the table and everything, just trying to make the color scheme look nice. I decided to make every single chair at the table a different color. So, you know, we have like a blue one and a pink one and a green one, and I think a yellow one, I want to say. It's a little bit different, but I think it turned out pretty good. I had to like change the material from wood to like the plastic to kind of make it look more plasticky, you know. But that's pretty much it for this area. A little bit later on, I did put a end table beside the couch. There was like some missing space that we needed to kind of fill up a little bit. I had to do a lot of play testing for this build off camera because I did not want to over clutter it, because, you know, Sims in The Sims 3, they don't really have as much space to move around as they do in The Sims 4. So I was trying to like make sure I didn't like over clutter it so your Sims could get around and stuff. But moving on over here, this is the bedroom. So Again, I used that quilt design, y'all. I just had to. I think I ended up making the wallpaper a yellow color, I want to say. Kind of hard to remember because I kept changing it so much, but I think I ended up on this yellow, I want to say, or maybe like a pink. It was either yellow or pink, y'all. I cannot remember right now. But I know the bed sheet took me a while to figure out. I think I went for like a star design on it. I had like a light blue with the stars and stuff, and I thought it turned out really good in here. I also put a computer desk in here too. I knew I wanted a Sim to have a computer if they were to live here, and I had to turn on move objects because otherwise it was not going to like work in here. I had to play test it. So I ended up like turning move objects on and like shifting it into the wall a little bit. And I ended up using like the frog chair, which I never use. Every time I see it, I think about the one from Animal Crossing, but no, it's one in The Sims 3, and it looks so cute. So I put that in here, and I also used that nightstand that comes with University. Ever since I started using it in one of my videos, I've been using it a lot lately. It's so cute, and you can recolor like each section of it. That's like one of the things I love about the Creator Style tool, y'all. You could just like recolor like so many things. Like I'm kind of hyped though for like Project Renee whenever it comes out, because it's gonna have a color wheel and a Creator Style tool. And yeah, I've been missing that in The Sims 4, so I'm glad we have that. I know there's a mod for that in The Sims 4, but I'm kind of glad that we have it like officially in a Sims game again, because like, yeah, I've been missing it. I only hope that it's not as laggy, because sometimes the Creator Style tool in The Sims 3 is kind of laggy, and you know, it's not always fun to play around with. Sometimes it used to crash for me. Like my PC used to crash a lot. Like sometimes I'll be trying to recolor an item and then the game just crashed. So hopefully when they make a new game, it won't give me that many issues, you know? But now I'm using that desk I was telling y'all about. I used the one from Generations, and I also used like a really old looking computer. A part of me was like, CJ, use like a nice modern looking one, but I feel like the older one kind of gave off more of a like a retro, like, I don't know, like dollhouse vibe, if that makes sense. So I ended up using like a teal blue one, and I put like a calendar that comes with pets, like the yellow one. I never used a yellow swatch, so I used the yellow swatch, and I used this nice dresser. It's from one of the sets on the Sims 3 store, and it kind of was given, you know, like a nice bright pastel color, so I used that in here as well. And I want to say that's pretty much it for the bedroom. I put up some more like paintings and stuff like that, and I also put a nice rug. I put up that puppy picture in here too. I thought it was kind of cute. And yeah, I'm so glad though that I like play tested this house as soon as I finished, y'all. I would have not realized that your sim could not have used the computer desk, so I was glad I was able to play test it. And I ended up using some of those free paintings that you can get on the Sims 3 store, the ones with the hearts and stuff. I never used those. Glad I finally found a use for it, you know? But moving on over here, this is the last room in the house. This is the bathroom. So the bathroom is kind of like an odd shape. It's like a straight line or whatever. I decided to use one side for the sinks and the counters and stuff, and then like the other side would just have the toilet and it would have the shower. So I ended up using the shower that comes with Generations, I believe, and I recolored it. I ended up recoloring the shower off camera. This is me now going back and putting lights in the build because I realized that I didn't have lights in the rooms and stuff. So yeah. And then I also ended up using that toilet. I want to say it comes from, I think it's like store content, I want to say. I don't think it's base game. But I ended up using that nice toilet in here. I was really pleased with how the bathroom turned out. This is like around the time when I wanted to recolor the insides of the windows. So I don't know if it shows up in the video or not, but I actually recolored like the inside of the windows to kind of make them green, to kind of make them stand in a little bit more. And I ended up putting like a painting right between those windows. And I also put another one up against the toilet just to kind of put more stuff in here. I also put some toilet paper in here too, just to kind of have like something extra in the bathroom. But that's pretty much it for the entire build, y'all. Like, I think that's everything. Hopefully you will enjoy it, and maybe you can use this for one of your Sims, or maybe your imaginary friend, you know? But anyway, y'all, that's pretty much it for this speed build. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below, follow me over on Twitch where I stream a lot more of The Sims, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, also stick around for the screenshots, because the screenshots will show you how the house will look when you go to download it, because sometimes I move stuff around or I play test and stuff, but I think everything should be good from what you see in the video, but still stick around for screenshots though. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye! Thanks for watching!